Magandang araw mga kaibigan. Hindi pala siya ordinary teacher lang, kundi professor, at saka ang talino pala niya. Summa cum laude pala siya. Summa. Grabe. May napanood ako video niya sa TikTok, posted by Marikina City Viral. Talagang nabighani ako sa talino niya at sa kanyang mga global awards o achievements niya. Okay, pakinggan natin itong TikTok video na ito. Then, ito ata, interview sa kanya ng billionario.com. Okay. Then, pag-usapan natin ngayon kung ano bang mas maganda sana. Doon na lang siya sa academe kasi professor siya sa UP. Nagtuturo ng economics. Ano bang mas malaking maitulong niya as a professor or as a politician? Pakinggan natin.
This watch is a gift from my School of Economics. So you mentioned being a teacher before, being inspired by your mom.
Yan o, ganda niya.
How long did you teach economics in UP?
So I started teaching in 1992.
92.
I was a teaching assistant then.
21 years old.
Yes. And then my last day of teaching was on the day that I filed my candidacy. That was in 2018.
Oh wow. So from being
26
professor, then suddenly becoming a
Yes, a
politician. Actually, Elizabeth Warren was the same. She was my professor in Harvard Law before.
Yeah.
And she was a professor and then suddenly ran for Senate.
Yeah.
So who would have thought, right? Like,
Even
but
ran
she
for
did-
president.
Yes, so it is a trajectory. But you were also summa cum laude
Wow.
in
Yes.
economics,
Business economics.
business economics.
Summa cum laude.
And then eventually became chair of the UP Economics Department. Would you consider that the pinnacle of your career in the academy?
Yes. And
Why is there a lot of hesitation in saying?
in the academe, it's really both teaching and doing research. So as I say, you publish or you perish.
Oh,
So and to be honest, it's really the publishing that is more difficult. So also for you to become a tenured professor, you should be published, and you need to be published in international peer-reviewed journals, and that's really tremendously difficult.
Yes.
So for me, I would consider the being published as the peak of my career. So all the awards that had to do with my publications, meaning my global awards that had to do
Global
with that,
awards.
the peak of my career.
How many publications?
yeah, siguro,
A lot.
dalawa na kami nag-interview. That's a good
Oh.
question. I was
Many,
curious, marami.
It's in, if you do Google Scholar, you'll
Yeah.
see it there. So there's a scoring. It's called the H index, and you'll see it there.
Wow. And what are you most proud of in terms of your published articles? Which among them? The many.
I guess the first one is always the most memorable one. It's a short article on tuberculosis.
Tuberculosis.
It's in Health Economics Letters. I believe that's probably the most memorable one, and yeah.
And would you say that that at least has some application in the Philippines in terms of after you published it, were there anything that the Philippines was able to pick up from it?
There's a lot, because most of my research is really policy research, and we actually conducted the biggest randomized policy experiment in the Philippines. So it was a US NIH funded study. It ran for 5 years, and I did the very first long-term follow-up after 10 years, which was funded by a European institution.
That's very impressive. And the data gathering took 5 years.
Absolutely.
Amazing.
Okay, so nakakamangha po ang credentials ni Madam Chair Congresswoman Kimbo sa academe. Biruin mo yan, summa cum laude sa business economics, at the same time professor. Nagsimula siya 1992, nagturo sa UP, then tumigil na lang siya nung pumasok sa politika 1998. So ilang taon ba siyang nagturo? Was it 18 years? Anyway, ang tanong ngayon is, kung nakakamangha yung record niya sa academe, lalo na yung research, yung global awards niya, dahil marami siyang research work na napapublish sa journal internationally, mahirap yun. So, saludo ako sa nagawa ni Professor Stella Kimbo sa academe. Ngayon, sa politika, kumusta naman kaya ang kanyang naiambag sa ating bansa, pagiging isang politician? Ano sa tingin nyo? Ay, nako, lalo na yung, alam nyo na, nung nagsimula yung hearing sa Kamara, yung budget, yung stick to the plan, na gusto nilang i-checkmate si BP Sara, kailang silang na-checkmate kasi hindi nagpatinag si BP Sara. And then, yun na nga, tuloy-tuloy na ang mga controversy ng Madam Chair, yung mga kagamitan niya, mga bag, mga, hindi ko na i-detalye, yung mga mamahalin, plus ito ngayon, yung blank items sa BICAM. Nako, isang linggo na nagtago siya sa media, hindi niya sinagot. Finally, nung sumagot niya, ayun, inamin niya na mayroong blank items. So, ang hindi niya masagot is, ang mga blank items ba, yung pag-fill up, considered ba yon na typographical o grammatical errors? Kasi ang paliwanag niya, marunong summa cum laude, professor. Paliwanag niya na authorized daw ang technical staff, both houses, congressman at senate, na mag-enter ng mga koreksyon sa BICAM ba o doon sa enroll bill. Kailangan ang hindi niya masagot, yun bang pag-fill in the blanks sa BICAM report, considered ba yan na typographical, grammatical errors? Pakisagot naman ko Madam Chair, Professor Stella Kimbo. Saludo ako sa iyong academic achievements, but sa political na nagawa mo sa bayan, I don't know, bahala na ang taong bayan. Okay mga kaibigan, salamat sa inyong panonood.
Subscribe now.